And FlipSid, they will be on the blacklist side first. VG Gaming on the global risk side, but FlipSid, we know from example on port earlier that blacklist is a side that they definitely feel more comfortable starting on. They like to try and control the pace of the game. So far, it seemed to play into their advantage, but FlipSid, they're just going to be looking for the early pick here to get things started, but so far, it's just going to be a passive setup coming out from VG. They're actually not going for any sort of aggression here. I was expecting Emzin to go for some sort of push here, but he's actually going to be playing a lot more passive this time around. But so far, it is just going to be FaZe looking for a pick here in mid. Vi's right behind him as well. Now it looks like they're going to try and collapse their way into mid here. Snock's going to be leading the charge out of prep. Dennis right beside him as well, though. This is where they could run into some trouble, though. It's going to be the first trade going the way of Dennis, but Snox is there to get one as well. And so far, it is going to be a complete slaughter, though, as Emzin comes back in with Daobak and cleans things up nicely. A very big fight in mid, but in the end, it will come in top for VG Gaming.
Yeah, first 18 grabbing a double kill there in mid, and you know, that's more or less all you're going to be expecting to see in Mexico, always those skirmishes in mid. And right now we have one player pushing up towards Ali. It looks like they are going to be falling back. Dennis just pre-firing a couple of shots in prep, and usually the way you always see this setup is you have one person Ali bridge, the you know, watching mid, you have another player spotting alley bridge in case they get pushed by the close boxes, and then you have two people set up in prep in case of any pushes towards a ramp, and then lastly maybe a person in alley, like far deep in alley towards A, or someone in water. And right now, as you can see here on your screen, Emzin just popping shots over towards prep, and you know, it's Mexico is a set of map where you can line up your crosshair, you know, in such a way that it's just easy to memorize where the headshot levels are. And right now it looks like FlipSid are going to go ahead and push over in towards this mid here through the smoke. Flash grenade comes out from Emzin, but it doesn't look like... Oh wait, actually it does look like he will go ahead and pick off 7. Early 5v4 advantage. Turns his attention over towards water. Doesn't look like anyone's there. He's now going to be spawning towards Ali, still playing towards a ramp. Snock's taking a little bit of damage. Emzin still spraying a couple of shots here, but he will go down to Dennis, and that's going to tie things up here. 4v4 situation. 1 minute and 4 seconds left on the clock here. Flash goes out in mid, and Dennis though going to land another kill there onto 18, making things a 4v3 situation here in favor of Team FlipSid. FlipSid though still holding that ground. It looks like they may just be getting contested from a quad here. Dennis should go ahead and push up from the splash, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Dennis taking a little bit of damage, but it doesn't matter though. FaZe though comes in, takes out 4me, and now a 4v2 situation. Make that a 4v1 situation. Snox finds 9, and it's all up to Daobak now. Daobak in a 1v4 situation here. Bomb has been planted. 35 seconds left on the clock. He has to make this one clean and fast. FlipSid's biggest mistake here is going to be if they give him one-on-one battles, but it doesn't matter though. Dennis stepping up, collects the final kill onto Daobak. Beautifully done.
Definitely a big round coming up there from Dennis, just showing his true, just raw aim there in mid. Picked off 2 and then closed it with another one on the board. But that's going to tie things up here, guys. 1-1 as FlipSid, they put their first up on the board to answer right away. And still we see VG Gaming playing a much more passive setup. I'm surprised that they really haven't gone for any sort of burst aggression just yet, but FlipSid, they need to be careful that they're not getting red here. They seem to be setting up for the same mid-take they've ran twice now for a 3rd time here. But it did seem to work pretty well last round. But the question is, will VG Gaming start to catch on to this mid-take? But it's actually surprising that VG, they're not playing anyone directly to contest in mid any longer. Once again, they're going to give control over to FlipSid, which could play very heavily into FlipSid's advantage. We've seen what they can do when they get the map control right behind them, and right now it looks like they're going to be going for their mid execution once again here. It's going to be up to the response, but we did
when you see like VG Gaming playing like this, this is where this is where the nades come into their own. Most definitely, this is where the nades come into their own. And let's just see what FlipSid does here. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock, but you know, time is ticking, and definitely they are going to waste a couple of projectiles in this mid here just to take control of it.
Looks like we may potentially see some sort of an A split coming out, but here comes the push into mid. They're going to take control once again. Emzin trying to get that strafe peek. He'll hit it onto Dennis, who goes down. It's going to be an early 5v4 now. VG just holding these angles, playing the passive, game, but it seems to be working in their favor right now. But still, flip side, they got to make their move. 7 takes down Emzin. It's going to be a nice way to trade as they look to try and take this bomb over towards A, but still, they have yet to commit towards either side just yet. But Vise and 7, they're going to be pushing up here into alley. Snox getting ready to take ramp as well. Now it's all about the execution here for flip side. This is a big opportunity to take an early lead here. They have to be careful. There's still 2 players lurking on the back of this A bomb side, and one of them is going to be 9, who was a huge player earlier in the day, but it's not going to matter. The rest of his team picks up 1 each, and that's going to leave 7 all alone in a 1v4. Very tough situation to recover from. And now it is going to be 7 looking for a way out of this one, but it's not going to happen. 2-1, VG Gaming going to take the lead.
Unfortunate for FlipSide right there. If you noticed, Vici were 4 up, and 2 of them, well, one of them decided to group with the other one, and they decided to push out from quad. So they're always grouped when it comes down on numbers, or when it comes down to the last final pushes, you know, in the last final like 30 seconds or whatever. But once again, though, it doesn't matter. The flip side gonna reset and you know, try again.
Right now, though, flip side, this is their chance to keep things close and tie it up right away at 2-2. But Vici Gaming, if they could put a 3rd on the board here, they could start to get a little bit of momentum behind themselves to push further towards a victory here. But right now, it's going to be up to flip side, trying to find their way into another round on the board here. FaZe looking to potentially peak mid here once again, and this is where things could get a little bit tricky. Flip side almost becoming a bit predictable with this taking of mid almost the exact same way round by round now. It's going to be their 4th time taking mid, but Vici surprisingly still giving it up.
Yeah, I think Vici have realized, like, you know, flipside are going to be playing this one slow, especially taking mid control. So if they just allow the timer to run down and then just, you know, make sure they have a good amount of numbers on either A or B, you know, it doesn't matter which one, they should be able to hold.
Right now it's going to be 18 just locking down the back of this A bomb side, but still flip side very hesitant on this mid take, but it's going to be FaZe who finds one onto A. It's going to be Emzin going down. And now FaZe, he's looking for more. His nade actually going to do a ton of damage there onto 18, taking him down just under half health. And now flip side, they do have a nice advantage for themselves to try and work control of this A bomb side, but 18, he's still going to be strafing on the ammo stacks here on the back of side, but flip side, this is when they have to go for a full commit here. Try and just storm their way into the bomb side, but for me, already on the rotation towards A indoors, and it's going to be Daobok who finds one. It's going to be FaZe going down, but now here comes the response. It's going to be flipside charging down A ramp, but 9, he's still on the back of side, finally goes down. It's going to be for me, though, picking up the double kill to trade it off. Now it's going to be Daobok. He's charging back into side. He takes down one, and it's going to be a 2v1 now. Snox trying to hold on, but it's not going to happen. For me picks up his 3rd, and that's going to close it out for Vici Gaming to take a 3-1 lead. And so far, again, it's looking like Vici Gaming is doing everything they need to.
Yeah, again, it's, you know, it's how Vici are playing. They're playing it defensively. They know they don't really need to hold middle, but it looks like that doesn't matter now. Dennis gonna go running in, takes out Daobok. For me, though, finds a double kill onto FaZe and Dennis. 18 did go down as well to Vise. But that's going to tie things up here in a 3v3 situation, and right there, as you can see, it looks like both teams are just going to back off slightly, allow the timer to run down a little bit, and you know, take things from there. But yeah, I don't know why VG decided to change things up. I don't know. It seemed to work. It seemed to be working for them perfectly fine. I mean, every time they lose a player, they're always grouped up, and they know that flipside are going to be taking their times to take control of the, you know, middle, alley, etc.
And now you do see Emzin getting a lot of information there. He pushed all the way into water, cleared it, and then backed off, so they know that flipside has to be coming either mid or alley, and this is a lot of information for them to work with. Now they can put a lot of their pressure and stack here towards A. Emzin, he's already rotating back towards A. He knows this is exactly what has to be happening here, but still flipside, they're going to be shifting their way up into alley here, and it's really all going to be about this entry from Vise. If he can catch one of these players holding towards the back of A off guard, it would be a great way to enter into this bomb site. For me, though, the potential to catch a couple players off guard. Snox, though, he's going to get the flick onto For Me. That's going to be a nice way to keep things rolling for Flipside. Vise finds the entry onto 9, and just like that, it's going to be Emzin all alone in a 1v3 as Flipside starts to piece together a nice round here. Emzin, though, definitely a force to be reckoned with here. He could potentially win this one back for his team. It's going to be a tough clutch ahead, though. FlipSid doing a good job of putting him in the pinch, though. 7 takes him out.
Beautiful.
That's going to be FlipSid doing exactly what they need to on the post plant there. They got the perfect picks.
A little mistake there coming out from 9. The moment 4Me got gunned down at quad, 9 decided to push up towards try boxes and A-ramp to pick off Snox, but already at that point he had no tabs on Ali, and he just got screwed over. But yeah, FlipSid could possibly bring this back. I mean, it's 3-2.
Definitely a close game still on FlipSid. This is their chance to tie things up and get things rolling their way. Right now, though, 4Me definitely being one of the big impact fraggers here for VG Gaming. We didn't see too much from him against Team WoW, but 4Me, he's definitely been a solid performer here on Mexico so far, along with Daubach just being there in the back lines to get a lot of crucial trades. But Dennis, if he can step up like we saw earlier in the half, he could be a huge take in mid here for his team. And right now, though, Emzin continuing to change things up round by round, and I definitely like the way he plays. He keeps himself in the same area, but not in a very predictable placing. Right now, it's going to be mid control. Once again, FlipSid, they're going to take this control, and now it's just a matter of how they execute off of it. We've seen they have a pretty successful take into mid here. It's just a matter of getting onto the sites. It's when they start to struggle, especially with Emzin always in a different position here. This time he's going to be playing behind the pyramid stack on the back of A-ramp here, but right now it's going to be Snox just waiting for someone to push into his crosshairs. Dennis there to support it as well, but FlipSid, now that they have control, it's all about the commitment here. I'm actually interested to see if they might try and take it over towards B. They've had a little bit of success challenging from quad, but they actually haven't gone for a full B take just yet. But it looks like Emzin's going to be rotating here, just playing passively on the double doors now. As still, it is going to be some strong hesitation. FlipSid, they only have about 30 seconds to get in and get this bomb down. Now here come the nades, and it looks like they're going to go for a B execution here. They've got some nades ready for it, but they may just try to stall and go back towards A, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. They're going to throw a fake towards B. The bomb's actually working its way up alley into A, but it's going to be Emzin and 9 locking it down. Daubach picks up another, and now it's going to be up to Vise and FaZe to find their way back into this one, but it's not going to happen. FaZe is all alone in a 1v4, and Emzin tries to make it happen, but FaZe, he picks up the double kill, and now it's going to be a 1v2. FaZe looking for an incredible play, but it just won't happen. FaZe, there was some great potential there, but
that was some great potential.
Too little, too late, unfortunately, but it is going to be VG Gaming now up 4-2. Great shot there from FaZe.
So at this point here, like, FlipSid need to show some aggression, like some hardcore pushes towards mid, like from mid down into A or water. They haven't even touched water yet. And, you know, I feel as though they need to, because looking at the setups coming out from VG, Emzin seems way more focused towards A-ramp and alley than they are water. Sure, he'll probably get a quick rotate off, but, you know, a flashbang or something should more or less just put him in his place.
Yeah, right now, FlipSid, they almost seem to be falling into a predictable path here. They go for the early mid control, and then they just try to work off of that. But this time around, they are going to try and get an early pick towards water. We saw Snox there trying to support the water pick, but it's actually not going to work out for them. They do a little bit of damage onto 4Me, but Emzin is going to be lurking back, trying to find a frag out of this one, but they've already backed off. Emzin, he's going to have that information once again. VG Gaming controlling this map here and forcing them into a difficult situation, but FlipSid, we see them once again going for the same take on mid, and this is where predictability can start to come back to bite them. VG has been set up, giving them control of mid, but they know that it's coming every single time. And this time around, it's going to be Emzin reading it perfectly, coming in for the flank as well. And this is where FlipSid has to be careful. If no one's watching their back lines, they could run into a severely bad situation here, guys. It's going to be Emzin rotating in, but 9, he's just going to be playing passive too, which gives Emzin even more time to catch them on the back. That's going to be 1 going down, 2 going down. Emzin finds a free double kill and manages to back off with 100 HP still to work with, and Emzin just continuing to read this positioning perfectly. He tries to find another, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be another kill on the board. He gets his 3rd, and that's going to be a nice way to clean this one up, but very, very good read on the situation. Emzin, he knew that they were going to take mid exactly as they had the past 3 or 4 rounds, and he just abused that completely. The thing on FlipSid, though, is I thought they were going to have somebody watching for that push on the flank. It seems like something, if you are going to sit in mid that long, you would want covered, but maybe it was just some sort of a miscommunication. But still, it is going to be 5-2 now. VG Gaming definitely bringing the heat here against FlipSid, who starting to lose their momentum.
Yeah, definitely. It does look like FlipSid are starting to fall off slightly. And this is where, you know, I say, like, when push comes to shove, they need to start, you know, showing some aggression to certain bomb sites. They can't just keep going down to mid. Because, you know, they may have some really good aimers, but they're getting out positioned. And, you know, it's literally not working for them. It looks like they're going to go ahead and push down in towards the A bomb site. Yeah, Emzin collects the first kill onto face. Will get traded up by Snox. Yeah, Darbox spraying away. Will collect the kill also. And, it looks like it looks like the screen has been switched over towards the players, and looking over at the Chinese casters, he's like, yeah, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Looks like we got disconnected from the match lobby there, guys, but it is going to be, I think, FlipSid who were winning that round as we disconnected, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think they were able to win that round there, guys, but we're going to try and get reconnected and back into the action here as quickly as possible, but it looks like the players are still playing out, so hopefully we can get back into it nice and quickly here for you guys. Apologize for the technical difficulties here on our end, but we should be back into this matchup just shortly. And here we are back into it. It is going to be VG Gaming who picked up that round, and now it's going to be on FaZe to pick up this round. Otherwise, this could be looking like a pretty devastating half here. VG Gaming continuing forward. They're leading this one 6-2, but FaZe, he finds one with a nice 1-dig there, and he's going to try and follow it up by taking down Emzin here. And now FaZe, he's going to have to try and come up big, but Emzin, he's read this perfectly, gets the kill, and it's going to be a 7-2 half, a devastating blow to the European hopeful squad of FlipSid Tactics. And now,
dude, Emzin always does that thing, you know, like when he gets like a perfect read, he'll always look back and be like, yeah, I thought so. Like, I read you like a book. I read you like a book.
Yeah, definitely a great half coming out from VG Gaming, though. Danny, I know you were a FlipSid hopeful going into this one, but a 7-2 half.
I still am 7-2. It doesn't matter. I'm a FlipSid believer.
Now, what do you think they can do here to bring
what
that back?
They need to do here is they need to play either exactly like how Vici did, which is defensively, or what might be more surprising is if they play attack global risk. Attack global risk may actually work. It may tilt Vici enough for them to at least claim 3 rounds, I think.
And I actually think it's a good idea, too, against a player like Emzin, who seemingly, if you give him more time, Emzin just seems to read more and more into what you're doing. So if they can have that burst aggression to throw off his calling, I think it could be a nice way to disrupt the momentum they've had for themselves. But still a 7-2 lead, and going to be a difficult task to come back from.
Yeah, looking a
little bit less confident now.
Yeah, they're looking not so confident right now. And Snox, step up, please. Snox needs to go off. Like, the moment Snox gets a double kill or a triple kill, that's when you're going to see the hype in the booth. That's when you know it's game time. It's game faces are on.
Yeah, definitely. He was much more quiet this time around. Hopefully he can bring it in the second half, though. But they definitely have a lot of work to be done, down by 5 as we go into the second half. Vici Gaming, though, if they can win this match, that would basically staple them as a very difficult team to beat. If they take 100%. Down Team WoW already falling to them 10-4, and this could be potentially around that same scoreline if FlipSid doesn't step it up.
Hey, they're the best in China for a reason.
That is true. These guys are definitely the team to beat, not only in China, but definitely in the entire international scene right now. These guys are, I mean, you've got 3 of the former champions from last year on this team, and not only that, you've got 2 good additions as well.
But yeah, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, if push comes to shove, at least we get to see that $1,000 1v1 knife, right? Vice versus Emzin. I'm down to watch that.
It would be a crazy thing to see.
It would be a nice way to finish things off.
Right now, though, it looks like we're just waiting on Vici Gaming to get their players ready in the lobby, and then we will be right into our second half here, guys. This is going to be our final half of today as well, but overall, just some crazy great performances from all the teams today, and I'm actually surprised just looking at the teams overall how well everyone performed. It didn't seem like in the past there was always a few teams that just couldn't keep up, but this year it seems like it's sort of an even playing field across the board, which is actually really nice to see.
Yeah, it's like, so like over the years you even hear like some of the Chinese teams themselves say that, you know, year by year, the teams are getting better. They're getting on our level. And, you know, honestly, I think it's safe to say this year we are seeing that. This year is like, you know, we are seeing that this year.
And now we really have a situation where VG Gaming, they seem to have brought a whole new level to the table as well. But just to give you guys sort of a quick update of where we're at, I believe we have KOWAI and Ru Legends in overtime right now, and it is tied up at 2-2. So definitely an intense match unfolding on the main stage right now, but it looks like we are ready to hop into our second half here, guys. It's going to be FlipSid down 2-7, but they're not out of this one yet. They're going to be going into their global risk half, looking to bounce back.
Yeah, and you know, most players will always say this is a global risk type map anyway, but let's see what happens here. VG Gaming taking a sort of somewhat similar setup here to how FlipSid went, and Dennis already going to get picked off by Emzen here. Emzen favoring the sniper, but Snark's going to step up, takes out Emzen. That's going to tie things up here, 4v4 situation, and let's see what VG Gaming do about this. It looks like they may be taking a little step back here, and you know, to evaluate the situation and see how they want to go about taking this round. Looks like FlipSid getting a little bit aggressive in that mid there, but VG Gaming going to start swinging out wide. Fights towards Shadow there. FaZe will take out 18, and Dalbach will go down to Snox as well. 9 though finds himself a double kill onto FaZe and Snox, but will get instantly traded up there by 7 before me comes up, takes out 7 as well. And we're just seeing trades back and forth, and now finally it's a one-on-one situation here. For me up against Vise. Vise though playing around the alley, and well, for me doesn't have bomb. Bomb is right in the middle of a ramp there, and maybe Vise may just get visual tabs on this. He is going to go ahead and hide behind the box. Does spot Vise does spot him and will take the round here for Team FlipSid in this second half.
And that's really the round where I think they needed to win to try and keep the dream alive here. Had it started 8-2, I think that would have been the end here. But now FlipSid, they have to be feeling confident in their global risk start here. And now if they can keep that momentum rolling, I think we could actually see the potential for a very close game. FlipSid, they seem to be one of the more confident teams on their defense. On top of that, I think that's where we'll see Snox truly start to shine as well. He seems to be a little bit better on the passive side of things. But to be fair, Emzen, he is all over the place on every single map and can always be hiding behind any corner, it seems like. This time around, he drops the and he's going to be trying to work his way up into alley with that AK. He is going to get to the opening pick. Vise goes down, and this is where things could be a little bit difficult here. If Emzen can realize that this A bomb site is cleared, it's going to be a full rotation coming in, and he's going to call for his team to rotate out of waters to where they would have been in a great position for FlipSid to take the round. But now Emzen, he's going to single-handedly hold on. That's a double kill on the board. He gets 3 in total before finally going down. It's going to be 7 and Dennis left to try and clean things up here. 7 does manage to get 1, but it is going to be Dennis picking up another. The 2v5 now down to a 2v3. FlipSid looking for some sort of incredible comeback on this round, but still, VG Gaming, they've read into this, and they're going to take the bomb right over to B here, and it's going to be in a safe position to get it down. 7 though, very low on HP. Dennis, he's going to have to be the hero here to try and make this one happen. Dennis, let's see if he can make it happen here with 7 in this 2-on-3 situation. Dennis is going to be creeping up, though. For me, playing from the quad. He's actually not going to be aware that Dennis is already pushed up this far. Dennis, he's going to have to hit this shot perfectly, though, but he's almost running out of time here. 25 seconds, but he's not going to hit the shot. 7, he's all alone. It's looking like VG may take the round. 9 cleans it up, and that is going to be an 8-3
Oh, that
lead.
was unfortunate there for Team FlipSid. Just that one smoke that cut off the cross for between Water and B bomb site really threw FlipSid off guard there. They did a sort of panic over rotate towards Water, and then it just went to pieces from there. But early nade goes in there. Emzen going to be taking a little bit of damage, and Fight's already going over towards this mid here. Dennis will find the initial kill there. Vice finds one as well onto Dalbach. Dennis will get traded up. 7 finds the kill onto 4me. Emzen will get gunned down by FaZe's sniper, and it's now going to be a 4v1 situation here.
Now we have 9 all alone, looking for some sort of miracle, but FlipSid, looks like they may have got exactly what they need to out of this round, and it's going to be Snox coming in to seal the deal. And that's going to be a very crucial round going the way of FlipSid. They're starting to dig their way out of this round deficit, but there's still a lot of work left to be done. VG Gaming, they're just 2 rounds away from victory, but Flipside, they're looking to keep the dream alive here, and it looks like they're going to go for an aggressive play here over towards mid. VG Gaming, though, they actually don't go for the initial peek like they were going to. Emzen, he decides not to peek bridge, but instead he's going to go for that alley play once again, and this is where Flipside has to be careful. Last time Emzen was able to just work his way into A and abuse it single-handedly. They cannot afford for that kind of mistake to happen this late in the match now. The remaining 3 players going to be working their way out of the water as well. It's going to be up to 7 to hold off this water push. If he can get 1 or 2 players, it could be a great way to start it off. But 7, he gets 1 in. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade, so even numbers so far. FaZe, though, very low, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be Dennis picking up 1 to keep the numbers in favor of Flipside here. Now it's going to be up to 18 and Emzen to try and close this one out for Vici, but Flipside, they are holding on here, trying to make the best of this situation, but they do have to be careful. Emzen, he is always lurking in the shadows. 18, he's still in a pretty solid position to retake this bomb as well and go wherever he wants, but definitely has to be careful. Dennis going to be hiding around the corner. FaZe already on B. 18, he's sort of trapped here between 2 players, but the 2 players have no idea that he's just lurking here between them. And this is where they have to be careful. It's going to be an engage in mid, but no one goes down just yet, and it's going to be Dennis just on 34 HP, and now 2 very lit players remain on the side of Flipside, but it is going to be Vici Gaming losing 1 player and leaving Emzen all alone. He does pick up 1. Emzen looking for the 1v3 clutch here. It would be an insane way to put his team on match point. Emzen, can he do this? He has the HP to do it, and the bomb's down in his favor as well. Flipside, will they potentially lose this one in a 1v3? Emzen, though, he's got it down to the 1v2, and both remaining players are quite low. Emzen, can he come up big for Vici Gaming, or will Flipside be able to hold on here? It's going to be Emzen now, 20 seconds on the clock. He finds 1. Can he find the second, though? It's going to be Emzen who peeks out, gets the 1v3, and that is a huge blow to the defense, as now it will be match point on the table for Vici Gaming. Emzen gets the 1v3, and that's going to be match point now, guys. Flipside Tactics, they're going to have to pull out some miracles to take this one in OT. They would need 5 straight rounds on the board. But Vici Gaming, they have just brought their A game here. Emzen, definitely, I'd say, the MVP of this match so far, though, consistently finding tiny little ways to abuse each and every player on the opposing team, and it's just been incredible to see him unfold as a player, with the rest of his team behind him as well, still putting in work. For me, always there for those trades, along with Daubach. And of course, we have 9, who can sort of solo frag just about anywhere on his own as well. It looks like we are going to see Emzen going for the charge play up alley once again. Vici Gaming, though, they just need this 1 round to close things, but Flipside, they still have the potential to keep the dream alive here. They could win 5 rounds. I mean, it's not unheard of for a team to win 5 straight rounds on their global risk half. Right now, though, it's going to be 3 players grouped up in the A alley. It's going to be Daubach, 9, and Emzen here. And here they go. It's going to be a full nade execution. Flipside having some trouble holding it off. It's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of Vici Gaming, and now it's all about the retake. 7, FaZe and Dennis looking to try and find their way back into this one, but it could be the beginning of the end here as Vici Gaming plants the bomb. Emzen picks up 1 on the FaZe. It's going to be 7 all alone now in a 1v4. Can he possibly make this happen? It is going to be an insanely difficult situation ahead here. 7, though, he has basically no hope at this point, and he will go down after picking up 1, and that will be it. 10-4. Flipside Tactics will go down into the lower bracket. They had a great run earlier in the day, but now they will fall to Vici Gaming, who is definitely the powerhouse team to beat here, winning both of their group stage matches 10-4. That is an insane performance to start things off. But now that
look at the smile on Emzen's face. Look at the smile on Emzen's face.
He's definitely got to be happy there. I mean, he alone made so many key plays just in that one map.
Definitely has to be the MVP of that game. No doubt about it.
Now that's going to leave a toss-up now between the final 3 teams in Group B. It's going to be Vici Gaming securing a spot in the bracket stage, but now it's going to be between Freedom, Team WoW, and Flipside to grab that last remaining spot from Group B. But Flipside, they definitely are the strongest of those 3 remaining teams, I'd say, but Team WoW and Freedom going to be a very interesting match to continue things forward going into tomorrow, but just an incredible performance from Vici Gaming, and they really are